Hello, welcome back, Chaver, for another installment, Verse Words. This week's Parsha is Parshat Terumah. That can be found in your Bibles, Exodus chapter 25, verse 1, through chapter 27, verse 19. This is for the reading cycle for the Jewish year 5779. Again, this series is a thank you. This is an exclusive, at least for this year, for my patrons on Patreon. Of course, I haven't mentioned this, but you can click through from the Patreon page just to the email to the YouTube, and from there you can share this with people who you might be learning with. However, these videos are not generally searchable. They're unlisted on YouTube, so they're for you guys, but you can share them with whoever you think might appreciate them. Okay, let us get started. Okay, so again, the format here is for each aliyah, for each of the subsections, so the 7 subsections of the weekly parsha, I choose one verse, and from there I extract some word that is, I think, generally applicable. A good word to have in your vocabulary toolbox. Okay, the first aliyah, the first verse is Exodus 25:8, and the verse reads, "Va'asu li mikdash, v'shachanti b'tocham." One more time, "Va'asu li mikdash, v'shachanti b'tocham." Asu li, make, and you shall make for me. Me, mikdash, a sanctuary, v'shachanti, and I will dwell. I will be shochen, I will dwell, shachanti, b'tocham, in their midst. In their midst. Okay, mikdash, of course, comes from the word kodesh, holy. Mikdash, a sanctuary. This is referring to the temple. This is referring to the tabernacle. We have another word in the Torah that I might as well give over for the tabernacle. The pre-temple temple, the movable temple. And that is mishkan. Mishkan means tabernacle or dwelling place. Now, if you look at this word shachanti, it is the exact same shorish, the exact same root as mishkan. So, mishkanti, I will dwell. Mishkan, shachan, dwell. Mishkan, dwelling place. So, mikdash means a sanctified place, and this means a dwelling place or tabernacle in some of your more proper translations. This is also an interesting trend in Hebrew. I'm not going to explain the exact mechanics, but you could take any word, the shorish, not any word, but on average, your average shorish, and just simply add the mem in front of it, and that will turn it into some sort of noun that is based on that shorish. So mikdash is a sanctuary. The verb here will be kadesh, to sanctify. Mikdash, sanctuary, mishkan, shachan, to dwell, and mishkan, a dwelling place, of course, a dwelling place for God, a tabernacle. Okay, 2, the second aliyah, Exodus 25:21. V'natata et hakaparet. I'm sorry, let me start over again. I'm slipping into Ashkenazis. V'natata et hakaparet al ha'aron milamala ve'el ha'aron titen et ha'edut asher eten elecha. One more time. V'natata et hakaparet al ha'aron milamala ve'el ha'aron titen et ha'edut asher eten elecha. Okay, let's translate. V'natata et hakaparet, and you will place the cover al ha'aron, on the ark. We're talking about the ark of the covenant. You will place the cover on the ark, milamala, from above. Ve'el ha'aron, and to the Aron, titen, you shall place, et ha'edut, the testimonies, asher, that, eten elecha, I shall give, eten, I shall give, elecha, to you. Okay, the word here is Aron. Aron is popularly translated as ark, as in the ark of the covenant, Indiana Jones stuff, ark. Really, it doesn't really mean that. It just means box or cabinet. But it, clearly we were talking about a specific one, so we use the fancy term ark. Incidentally, the word ark, as in Noah's ark, is a completely different word. It is teva, which means ark, a boat, or a box. Teva. So we have in English one word used, which has nothing. There's two different words in Hebrew here. So that was just a bit of a bonus. Okay, Aaron, Ark of the Covenant. Aaron. Okay, the third Aliyah, Exodus 25:31. Asita manorat zahav tahor miksha ta'aseh hamanora te'aseh hamanora yerecha v'kana gvieha kaftoreha ufracheha mimena yiyu. A bit of a complicated sentence. Turn it around a little bit. Let's go ahead and read it again in the Hebrew. Asita manorat zahav tahor miksha te'aseh hamanora yerecha v'kana gvieha kaftoreha ufaracheha mimena yihiyu. Okay. Vasita, you shall make. Asita manorat zav, you shall make the menorah of gold, tahor, of pure gold. Miksha, beaten, ta'aseh hamenorah. Beaten, you shall make the menorah, meaning it's not going to be poured or anything like that, cast, it's going to be beaten into shape. Yerecha v'kana, its central branch, its yerech, it can also mean a thigh, so it really means it's like strong central branch. V'kana, and its branches. Kvieha, its cups. Kaftereha, its knobs. Ufracheha, and its flowers. Mimena yiyu, they shall be from the central branch. So one central branch with 6 arms, 3 on each side, with 1 arm in the middle, for 7 lamps altogether. Okay, the word here is menorah. Menorah is the menorah, or it can also just mean generically lamp. Comes from the word ner. Ner means lamp, so a menorah would imply several narrowed, several lights. Okay, here we see it says menorat. It is in smichut form. It's a menorah, so it's a menorat zahav tahor, a menorah of pure gold. A menorah of pure gold. It is in smichut form. I believe the first Hebrew primer calls it word pair. Some books will call it the construct form. The Hebrew term is in smichut form because this term leans on the other terms, and this whole thing becomes one unit. Menorah zahav tahor. All the words lean together and they become one unit. Okay, menorah. Frequently the hey in a feminine word will turn into a taf. They're in the smichut form. Okay, let's look at the fourth aliyah, the fourth verse. Exodus 26:15. V'asita et hakorashim lemishkan atze shitim omdim. One more time. V'asita et hakorashim lemishkan atze shitim omdim. Okay, v'asita, and you shall make et hakorashim, the panels, the boards, the mishkan, for the mishkan, atze shitim, of acacia wood, omdim, they shall be they'll stand erect, they'll be omdim, they'll be standing. So we're talking about the sides of the mishkan here, the wooden sides of the mishkan. Okay, so the word here is atze, eitz. So this skin is in the smichot form. Eitz is wood or tree. Eitzim would be woods or trees. And atze is smichot form, atze shitim, wood of the acacia tree. Acacia wood. Wood of acacia. Which is, of course, a light and resinous variety of wood. A lot of things here in the Torah are fashioned from acacia wood. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Fifth aliyah, Exodus 26:31. Vasita paroches techelis. Sorry, I'm doing things in Ashkenazis again. One more time. Vasita parochet techelet v'argaman v'talat shani v'sheish majzar ma'aseh choshev ya'aseh ota kruvim. One more time. V'asita parochet techelet v'argaman v'talat shani v'sheish majzar ma'aseh choshev ya'aseh ota kruvim. Okay, so we have here three very popular pigments. Let's translate. Vasita paroches, you shall make the parochet, you shall make the curtains, the big woven wool curtains. Techelet v'argaman v'talat shani, of techelet, a wool that has been dyed with this dye stuff called techelet, which is a form of turquoise. Color turquoise. For argaman, a purple. This is more towards a reddish purple. Argaman, purple. For talat shani, this is crimson or vermilion. We'll talk about that in a second. For sheish mazar, twisted linen. Sheish mazar, twisted linen. Maaseh choshev, the work of a skilled craftsman. Maaseh, the work of choshev. Choshev, it means somebody who's a craftsman. Yaseh, it shall be made. Yaseh ota, you shall make it. Churuvim, excuse me. Churuvim, the angels, the images of angels that were on the curtains for the Mishkan. Okay, so this word techelet it's become popular. Of course, this is the same dye that is used for wool for the tzitzit, the fringes, the ceremonial fringes that Jews wear. For it was reckoned to have been lost for many generations due to certain studies, certain archaeological finds in Israel. There is a movement to bring this dye stuff back. There's an organization called Patil Techelet that is currently dyeing and selling strings made of this pigment. So that is popular. Argaman, purple. So Techelet and Argaman apparently came from sea snails. And Talat Shani, crimson, comes from a worm, hence the name vermilion. So talat is a worm. So talat shani is a crimson that comes from worms. So in the ancient world, Many of the color-fast pigments actually were extracted from mollusks and from insects. So it's interesting the sort of genius behind discovering these dye stuffs. Okay, vermilion was a color that was used for a long time. In Europe, it was used. Now, vermilion is made artificially, but up until not too long ago, it was still made with worms. So that is a known color, and apparently that is also is a popular color dye stuff that is manufactured in the Middle East. I think especially in Syria, possibly Lebanon, to this very day. So anyway, just look into it. These three materials, these three dye stuffs are frequently mentioned together. So I thought that instead of just giving you one word, I would go ahead and give you the three hues, and that would make it all come alive. Okay, let's go to the sixth aliyah. V'asita et hamizbeach atzei shitim 5 amot אורך ו5 אמות רוחב רבוע יהיה המזבח ו3 אמות קומתו. Sorry, I butchered it a little bit. ועשית את המזבח עצי שיטים 5 אמות אורך ו5 אמות רוחב רבוע יהיה המזבח ו3 אמות קומתו. Okay. ועשית את המזבח, you shall make the מזבח, עצי שיטים of acacia wood. We've seen this term already, עצי שיטים, acacia wood. Now we'll give some dimensions. 5 אמות אורך, 5 אמות its length, אורך, its length, ו5 אמות רוחב, and 5 אמות its width, רבוע יהיה, a square shape it shall be, four-sided shape, רבוע יהיה, excuse me, it should be, המזבח, the מזבח. So it should be a four-sided shape. Yeah, ו3 אמות komato, and 3 amot komato, its standing or its height. Koma can mean height, it can mean stature, it can mean standing. Komato, its height. Okay, the word I chose was amma. An amma literally means an arm. It is popularly translated as a cubit. I'm not really sure what a cubit equals in modern measurements. The amma is measured on the sort of the ideal man, the typified man. It is the length from if one were to measure from the tip of the middle finger all the way down in a straight line to the very point of the elbow. If one were to measure that, that would be the amma, the forearm. It is estimated, there's certain halakhic range in Jewish law. It becomes an issue because to observe certain commandments, measurements come into issue. So there are discussions of what these biblical measurements are in modern measurements. There's a very fine sefer, a very fine book called Sefer Hidurei Hamidot by Rabbi Hadar Margolin. That is one of the more modern works on these ancient measurements, and he gives an estimation of 17.95 inches, basically 18 inches for an amma, and 45.6 centimeters for those of you who don't live in the Stone Ages and use American measurements. Okay, so 17.95 inches, the amma, the cubit. Okay, let us go further. Verse 7, the 7th verse, the 7th aliyah, Exodus 27:17. Kol amudei hachatzer tzaviv mechushakim kesef vavehem kasef v'adnehem nechoshet. One more time. Kol amudei hechatzer saviv mechushakim kesef vavehem kasef v'adnehem nechoshet. Kol amudei hechatzer, all of the pillars of the courtyard, saviv, around, all the way around, mechushakim, they should be banded. Banded with what? Kesef. They should be banded with silver. Vavehem kasef, and they should have silver hooks. Various attachments, they should be made of silver. Things used to attach to various elements of the Mishkan, the tabernacle. Va'adnehem, and their sockets, nechoshet, should be copper. Okay, so we have nechoshet, copper, kesef, silver, and we saw earlier zahav is gold. The word I chose here is chatzer. Chatzer, courtyard. Anything referring to the temple or the Mishkan, we'll be very busy talking about the courtyard. So that will be a word that will pop up a lot over the next few weeks as we are busy with building and inaugurating the Mishkan. Okay, so that was that for this week. I hope that was beneficial. Again, feel free to share this around with your friends. However, this is exclusive. I'm not openly sharing this, but you guys feel free to. It was recommended that I start maybe doing Quizlets based on these words. I think it's a good idea. So if I get around to it this week, I will post that in the description below as well. Okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Kol tuv, hatzlacha raba. Keep learning.